Okay, I'm clicking live now.
So, haven't show up. Oh, okay.
Yay, we start. We are live. Hello. Hello, Cindy.
Hi, Rainy.
Okay, so while we are waiting for our guests to come in, then we can chill a bit.
Yes, we can chill.
Let's let's see who is the first guest today. I can hear that.
Okay, I'll be quiet now, and I am drinking my drink later on.
No worries. I told you you can be yourself.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, Angie.
Oh, Angie is the first one. Hello, Angie. Angie is dialing from Malaysia, isn't it?
Well done on being the first one. Early bird always gets the best things.
Hello, Sao Young is here.
Oh, hi, Sao Yong. Are you ready to be entertained and to hear our excessive laughter?
Excessive laughter. Cindy is a bit on drugs today. Oh
What?
no,
What you
you should
mean?
call it on fire, right? Hey,
It's because of the show, you must be
no,
smart.
it must be because of me. Every time when we're together, you're always on fire.
Yeah, correct. It's your flame is so strong that I also burn.
And because you keep laughing at my lame jokes, or even when it's nothing funny, you just keep laughing, you also make me on fire. Hi, Rosalind. Good evening,
Oh, we
everybody.
can
Oh,
see
oh, oh, girls.
Rosalind.
Oh,
Yes.
Angie is from Singapore. Sorry. Yes, Rosalind, we can see you. Oh, Juan. Juan is from Philippines. Hello.
Hi, Jen.
Okay, it's 8:02. Let me start with a quick introduction. Allow me to introduce my very good friend, Cindi Wirawan. She is a millennial career coach, one that is very joyful, very professional, yet very fun to be with. So I'm very privileged to have her tonight because this is the second show, and I said, okay, I must have people that I know I can flow without script. So she is my second best partner.
Yeah, my
Cindy, you want
script.
to say something? Script.
Just joking that
Oh,
we don't
hi,
have a script,
Jamie.
just a few notes.
Jamie is supposed to be pulling an all-nighter, but he still come in and say hello.
Oh,
Thank you. Hey,
mm.
dog. Dog is from Columbus. All right, so let's talk about tonight's topic now. Where is okay? Today's topic is about this. We're looking for our spark. Where is our spark? So our first question is that what does the spark mean to you? Is it your motivation? Does it referring to your flow, or does it refer to your energy or your passion? So what is it for you? So we would like to hear from the audience, and maybe Cindy, you can share also what is it your spark for you?
Yeah, I think spark can mean many things. And I remember, like, I think some time ago, you called me and then you asked me, "Hey, what happened? Like, you're missing for so long." Then I just
Yeah,
told you, I think I lost my spark.
your
Then,
presence is being felt.
Oh, thank you.
So your
So,
absence, sorry, your absence is being felt.
oh, my absence is being felt. Thanks. For me, spark is more than like your passion, but it's basically two things. I think it's different for everybody, but for me, it's energy and engagement. So when we talk about spark in the context of work, because I think I lost my spark at work, but I still had my spark in other areas of my life, right?
You were
But then,
busy doing something else, huh?
oh,
You
what's
want to
that?
share?
Huh? So, so the spark at work, right, is like energy. Like, do I have energy? Do I even feel positive energy? Is it enough energy? And then the other bit is engagement. Am I engaged in what I do? Is this still meaningful? Do I still want to contribute? Or if I'm in a meeting and I don't need to speak anything, is it that I would just attend the meeting? I'm just ticking the boxes for the sake of being there, or because my job means I have to. So for me, my spark is my energy as well as my engagement in what I do.
Awesome. So what about the rest of you? Joanne, Jamie, Do, what are the sparks for you? Rosalind, Angie, can you share with us? So for
Mm,
me, my spark is like my motivation, it's like my drive, it's like my
mm,
fire.
yeah.
So it's quite obvious when I kind of like lose it or when it's dimming. So
Mm,
usually people around me will notice that as well.
mm,
Yeah.
yeah.
So what
Because
about the rest of
very
you?
driven usually.
Yeah. So what does the spark mean to you? Maybe you can just type in the comments because everyone has a different meaning to the words that they use. So like last night I had our meetup session for the Hard Talk meetup session, and they were sharing that the spark is the state of flow. So when they are in the state of flow, everything just goes smoothly, and they are just everything's just easy and smooth. So I was surprised to learn that definition because there's quite a few friends of us that has that kind of definition. So we all have a different definition for a certain word. Oh, okay. So Sao Yong say that spark is his joy. Okay, cool. Hi, Carrie.
Hi, Carrie.
All right.
It reminds
What
me of
about
the Marie
yeah?
Kondo. Marie Kondo has the spark more joy. Does this spark joy? If not, you can throw it away.
Right, right. I
Yeah.
think that is awesome. Have you been doing that? When you look at your clothes or some other item, then do you do that and say, this doesn't spark my joy? Throw.
I have to confess, I actually bought two of her books and I left them unread. And I just
Okay.
do my own spring cleaning, my own style. Because her style, I think it does, maybe subconsciously I do it, but I don't follow her routine. Her routine is look at it, then you see does this spark joy in me, then you must thank it. Even if you don't want it, right, you must thank you, for serving me or something like that, which it's not my style. But
All right. That's interesting.
I that sometimes I do ask myself that question when I am spring cleaning. But I think
Mm,
it's also a good question to ask with the things that we do at work.
yeah. Yeah.
Mm.
Okay. That brings us to Jamie. Okay. Our audience tonight a little bit slow to warm up. Okay. So Jamie says that, for me, it's feeling alive, being here and now in the flow of state, grateful and excited about the future. Wow, this is an
Mm.
awesome definition, isn't it?
Yeah, I like the flow
Okay.
state and gratitude and excited about the
Yeah.
future. Because if you're not excited about the future, there really isn't much to look forward to, right? You're just
Yeah.
living and existing because it's that. Yeah.
Absolutely. And then Carrie was saying that spark is creative. Oh, interesting. This is a new definition. And
Hmm.
then Alma is saying, for Alma, spark is enthusiasm.
Wow.
Wow.
Hey,
Okay,
so
so
many sparks.
let's move on to the next questions. Where are my next question? Here. Now, this is the important one because what I understand recently, I read a post as well. Some people were saying that sometimes when you lose your spark, you don't even know that you are losing it
Mm,
because
that's
maybe
really
we
sad.
always think that everything is just so you're so used to it, So you thought maybe this is just part of the journey. So I think it would be great if every one of us can share, what are some of the signs that you have lost your spark. We would love to hear from everyone as well. I do believe that every one of us in our journey, there are time or moments in our life whereby we feel that, oh, we're losing our spark. Why is it dimming? So
Yeah.
yeah, so what are some of the signs that you realize that it tells you that you're losing it?
Mm. Yeah. So maybe I share about my own journey um, in the past few years. I think I'm in a very lucky place. Like I found and I know what I love to do, what I enjoy doing, and what I'm good at. So I'm already in what I call my career sweet spot, where supposedly if you're in this sweet spot, you wake up every day wanting to go to work, you know that your gifts are being used and you want to serve as many people as possible and change the world. But then I think a few months ago I was like, just yeah, heck it, like I want to do it. I have these goals, I have so many things that I want to accomplish with my business, but for some reason I didn't have the energy to do it. And I know it's not because I am working too much, because I wasn't. It was more of
I can relate with you. I'm guilty of that.
it's
Go
like
ahead.
instead of doing my business, getting clients, serving them, I was like watching Netflix, lying on the bed playing with my dog and just like doing so-called useless stuff. I mean, this stuff is good if you need to recharge and take care of yourself, but if you do too much of it, it's also not good, right? You're just being
Right.
lazy and not
Yeah.
fulfilling your potential, which is very sad. It's like wasted potential, wasted gifts. So and then after that I just felt like I didn't care as much. It's not that I don't know what I want to do. I do know what I want to do, and I'm clear what I want to do and why I want to do it. So, I have my mission, I have my purpose, I have my passion, but I wasn't doing it because this spark, this fire, because, fire is energy, right? This energy just wasn't there. The drive that you're talking about, it's just not there. And I just felt like being a bum all day long. And then I
A
felt bad
bum.
after after I was a bum. I still did
Well,
my
you
job,
see,
okay? But I
you're
did the
not alone.
minimum.
So you see,
Yeah.
you're not alone. There's many of our friends here is also uh, know that they are also experiencing, like this Ian
Afraid of
said that
being the
when you're afraid of seeing the sun in the morning, meaning you have lost your spark. Okay, this is a
yeah.
good one. And then what's
Oh, hi
this?
Neon.
Neon says
So good
that
to
the
see you.
sign is when I woke up and I feel like not going to work. Yeah, for me also, it's very similar with this symptom as well. For me, so I'm already awake actually, but I was thinking, okay, what should I be doing today? And the thought of doing the things that I want to do, right? I'm like, okay, it's not motivating. It's not exciting. I just want to sleep.
I know. And I felt so good when that day we had that conversation, and then you told me, oh, I've been there before, and then you shared your story and how you managed to overcome it. And then I was like, there is light at the end of the tunnel, because I was thinking of extreme things like, like just giving up all that I'm doing and finding a full-time corporate job.
Oh gosh, that sounds serious, isn't it? That sounds serious, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, you're like almost so-called not desperate, but in a way you are looking at other avenues, hoping that
Yeah,
it could help you. So
yeah.
personally for me, that is how I know that I have lost my spark.
Mm. But you see, even the some of the signs is really similar. Like for dog, he said that for me, I'm not enjoying the beginning of the day. Then I lost my spark. And
Mm,
then what did Alma said? When you don't feel the same level of excitement in what you
mm,
used to love, and in what you used to love and enjoy to do. Yeah, because I was comparing with my drive, right? I call it my drive. My spark is my drive. Like the very first year when I started my coaching business full time, I was like totally on fire and like unstoppable. It's like I'm going to crush it off. That kind of mentality. I don't know where I get it. I think there was probably a very strong motivation back then. So I can feel the drive is so different. So when I
mm,
lost
mm,
it, I feel like a bum just like you. Like I'm not
Yeah.
doing much. So I was asking myself, this is not a burnout because I had a burnout on my second year. But I know
Mm,
that this one doesn't look and feel like a burnout. It's
mm.
because I wasn't doing as much. So I started thinking, you seem to be very lazy this year.
Yeah.
So you will start to have this kind of like conversation with yourself, like a bit of arguing here and there. Okay, let me see. Jamie says my face becomes less expressive. I fell into less healthy habit. Too much scrolling, little sleep, unhealthy eating, and feeling stuck and a bit
Mm.
sad. Yeah, interesting.
Yeah,
Then
I can relate,
Carrie,
snack too much. I also do that.
snack too much. Oh yeah.
Snacking when
Yeah,
I should be working.
I think I did that too. Oh gosh, no wonder I put on some weight last time. Okay, Carrie says is feeling lazy to connect with people. I feel like I lost the spark. But you know what? I agree with this as well. When I am losing my spark, right? I feel that I also don't feel like going out there and meet people or even engage with people. It's just like totally no energy. But I
Mm,
think this kind of thing is also is a chicken and egg kind of thing. Like
mm.
if you really go out and then you meet the right kind of people, they will be able to recharge you actually because they have their spark.
Yes, correct.
So the fire will rub on you. So it's like if
Mm,
you don't go out and connect, right? So so it's more about connection, having real connection. Then you won't get that spark from other people. So
mm.
isn't that like a chicken and egg kind of thing?
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
actually, I read this Channel News Asia article recently about bore out and burnout. And that was when I realized, hey, maybe I'm experiencing a bore out. Because I like you, I also experienced a burnout before a few years ago when I was in Australia. And it I think losing your spark can be either one. Because let's talk about burnout. When you burn out, you don't have enough energy because you're working too much. You're putting in too much of your resources, of efforts, and then you are also not as engaged because you can work so much until you get to the point like, oh, why am I doing all this? Nobody appreciates it anyway, blah blah blah. But then for bore out, it is like a little bit like the opposite. You still have energy, but you're using the energy to do other things, like snacking and watching Netflix, and then you are also not engaged with work. Right? You do the minimum. You do the minimum so you can still keep your job and keep your boss happy, but you are not going over and above and exceeding expectations, um, and going all out. And I think this is pretty dangerous because one interesting statistic I read was from McKinsey. It says that 40% of people in Asia, that includes Singapore, say that they will leave their jobs, current jobs, in the next 3 to 6 months. So we are seeing this thing called the Great
Wow.
Resignation coming in. That's a lot. And of course, this kind of statistic is shows us the importance of such situations, but it is also how it kind of ignited my spark again. That there are a few reasons how I ignited my spark, but seeing this kind of statistics made me realize that actually people out there do need what I offer as a career coach, because so many people are leaving, and
Yeah.
maybe they don't need to leave. Maybe there's
Yeah.
some solutions before they get there.
Yeah, it's just like what you said. Sometimes, yeah, we may be experiencing either uh, the bore out or the burnout, and that cause us to lose our spark, and we think
Mm,
that that is because of the job no longer important to us, or maybe we feel that the organization that we're in is just not where we should be. But then it could also be because we just have like some of you guys, if you have a bore out, then maybe you will need to have a new challenge at work, knocking at the door of the boss and say that, hey, you know what, I need a new challenge, give me. And this is actually, I noticed that this is very prone for the high achievers. So the high achievers at a certain level in their life, right, when they feel comfortable, they start to get restless, and they
mm,
start to want to have new challenges. So I think being as a leader is important to be sensitive at that as well. Now I
Yeah.
would like to hear from the audience as well. Like, for you, what is it? Is it like a burnout or is it like a bore out? Because for me, very similar to Cindy, it sounds, now that I observe it back, is more of a bore out actually.
Mm.
So I I was like still doing the same thing, engaging people on my social media, doing coaching, and what else? Doing my marketing, and still running my Hard Talk, the meetup community, and all this was my passion. Is what drive me.
Mm.
But then at beginning of this year as well, for the first few months, I was like a total bum, and I can feel that I am kind of like doing things for the sake of doing it, because you can feel, right? I mean, when someone is so passionate, it will just rub on you. That fire is just gonna rub on you. And I was kind of like frustrated actually. It's not a good place to be with, to be around. um,
Yeah.
and I internally I feel very miserable, because I think somehow inside me I feel that there's more within me, and I feel
Yes.
that I'm not maximizing my full potential. Can you relate with
Mm.
that?
I can
Yeah.
totally relate with that.
Yeah. Are you
You
my
feel
twin?
like, oh yeah, you're like Rugi, you can, it's like a battery. The battery can operate to the max, but it's only operating like this. It's like so
Right.
wasted. Yeah.
Right. So no wonder it's like that feeling of kind of like hopeless, and for me it's also, it feels very hopeless, very frustrated. But the thing is that when I was experiencing that, right, I was really not knowing what I can do to get back that spark. Even there's the usual formula that says that, oh no, you got to remember why you started. You know that? So
Mm.
usually that works. Usually by remembering that, it works. And then sometimes when I feel down, I will be reading or watching the testimonials that my client gave me. They will bring out the spark again. But the
Mm.
one that I had this year, it was a lot more serious. And I'm like, what can I do? Right.
Yeah.
So yeah, and yeah, we'll come to that on how did we discover our spark again. All right. What
Mm.
about what about the audience? Let me see.
Anyone
So
here
yeah,
experience burnout or bore out?
yeah. So for you guys, when you lost your spark, do you notice? Is it more like a burnout or is it more like a bore out? What is it? So for Sao Young say, it's difficult to maintain the spark alone. Yeah, which is why Sao Young is a very people person as well. And I do agree that, when we have our own kind of inner circle that, equally positive, nurturing and uplifting, we get to we get to be able to uplift one another.
Mm.
Yeah,
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 it's hard for a candle to keep burning by itself, right? When the flame goes out,
yeah.
there's nothing else to light it.
Yeah, and I love this metaphor because there was one time in one of the training session that I attended, when everyone who are holding the candle light up the candle.
Mm.
Initially, that room was dark, but then when everyone light up the candle and passing their light to everyone, it's amazing that whole big room was light up. So that was
Wow.
a very powerful experience for me.
Did you also play that song? It only takes a spark when you were doing
No,
that
they didn't.
activity.
No, they didn't. Next
That
time we
would have
should
been
do
the
that.
perfect song.
Yeah. All right. Wei Feng was saying that I'm lifeless when I lost my spark. Everything doesn't seem right. See, when we start talking about this, we all know that, all this thing is very common and it happens to people. It's just that
Mm.
I feel that maybe when it comes to the workplace organization, it's not easy for, let's say, an employee. If you're working for an organization, you're an employee. It's not easy for you to be open and tell people that, hey, I'm losing my spark, because
Yes.
what's the chances of
Yeah,
people going to
great.
judge you? You're just lazy, or you just whatever, right? Like you're so
Mm.
weak, that kind of thing. Yeah, so
Mm.
it's not easy. So for us to
Yeah.
have this kind of conversation with our guest tonight here, I think that's amazing.
Yeah, and for people to know that they're not alone. I actually
Yeah, yeah.
shared this with my boss earlier because my boss likes to have catch ups with me. I work for a training company and I also have my own coaching business. So this boss of this training company, she was asking me what how can she support me and to always be open with her. So I decided to be open with her because I've been working for them for a few years, and then I said like, actually lately I've been feeling like I'm not so driven, I'm not so motivated anymore. I didn't say the word I lost my spark. And then, guess what she said? She actually said, Cindy, in the time that you've worked with us, I know that you are very driven, and that you always are on the ball. So sometimes it's also a good thing to um, recharge, to take time off, and to also um, be in this phase. Because when you're always up there, right, when you're always, energized and driven, you don't know what it is to be like not normal. You don't know what it is to not have that. So it makes you appreciate it more. Sorry, I don't know why my
I
dog is.
agree. Sounds like your baby is calling you. You can bring her or he come along. All right. And then let me see what did Nian says. So Nian says that there's a thin line between bore out and burn out. Kind of mixed together when I lost my spark. Interesting. Yeah. So I know for me how I can differentiate it because I have two experience. So in my second year of running my full-time coaching business, I felt the burnout in January. It was so bad because I know that in the first year I was running like mad, right? I was just working. Everything was just about work. I have no social life. I was so focused on my goal is all work. So which is why on the second year I realized that I just have a burnout. I have no energy to run anymore. But then this year in my third year, I just feel that hey, I'm not doing so much, but yet how come I am not having the fire in me? All right, hello. Do you want to introduce your?
Hi to my special, I have a special guest today. You got two special guests. This is
Okay.
Benji.
All right. Hello, Benji.
Benji is
All
our
right.
energizer bunny. He never have burned out. He never have bore out. He's always got spark one.
Right. Okay. So Juan says that it's like a flashlight or the torch the light illuminates in all areas. Not time to follow them to have sparks. Oh, interesting. Follow the torch. Okay. And then Jamie says that, jobs and career activities have a natural life cycle. We need to motivate ourselves along the way, but also encourage when it's time for a change. Yeah, I really love this because what I learned from last night's event, I was sharing as well, is that um, having losing our spark, whether you are feeling like you're having a burnout or a bore out, it's really part of the journey. And when that happens, right, we shouldn't be kind of like blaming ourselves for
Mm,
not moving as fast as we could, but we should still enjoy the process, knowing that and embrace it, knowing that this is just part of the journey. Yeah, so I think I love that. Thank you, Jamie. Cute
yeah,
dog.
and then when the
Sao Young say cute dog.
oh, thank you. When the flame dies, you can always ignite it. It's not the end of the world when the
Yeah.
flame dies. The most important thing is you are still standing. That if you're a candle, that you still exist, right? So as long as you're alive, there's always hope.
Right. All right. So here is the key questions. How do you reignite and fan your spark? Right. So I know that many of us here have been through this countless of times, and then we managed to overcome it. And maybe if you're here because you are still searching for it or you haven't found it, it is true. Everybody's sharing here that we will get a lot of ideas. When everyone comes together, great minds come together, there will be a lot of great ideas. So this is the purpose of tonight's sharing as well, to learn from each other. So maybe Cindy, you can start first while we are waiting for the comments that are coming in from our guests tonight.
Mm, yeah. I think like just the key to everything is always awareness, right? Like you just now you say you read the article, some people don't even realize you're there. And the sad part, one of the saddest thing I think is actually living an unexamined life. That means you don't actually reflect on yourself and you just live life like that. That's why we see this kind of crazy statistics, right? Because most people they don't even realize that they've lost their spark. So they lose it day one, they lose it, they don't know. Day two, they still don't know. 1 week goes by, 1 month goes by, 1 year goes by, maybe 2 years goes by, and they are still not aware. or they
And
even
maybe they
forget.
will find themselves that they are like kind of like depressed. Maybe they are
Mm,
functionally depressed,
mm.
but they're still depressed and feeling very lifeless.
Exactly. I
Yeah.
think a lot of, I mean, this month is mental health month. I would say that I've also seen a lot of cases of people getting depressed or anxiety disorders because of work. So work plays such a big part in our lives because we spend most of our lives at work, right? If we have
Yeah.
full-time jobs.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I agree with that. There's no such thing about being able to compartmentalize our work and our life, because the thing is that your work makes up a big portion of your
Mm,
life, right? So if you are not happy at work, then it doesn't feel like you are truly living and really using your time well. And I feel
mm,
that is sad. Yeah.
yeah, correct.
All right.
Um,
So let me see. Carrie says what works for her is to keep learning and then keep creating.
Sao
And
Yong
then,
says Benji will help Cindy keep her spark. Yes,
yes,
that's
yes.
why Sao Yong say, you can't keep your spark alone, right? So when I'm lazing in the bed, Benji will come and nudge me, ask me to come and play with him. Then that gets me
Then you cannot sleep
up.
already. So which is great because it breaks your pattern. So
Mm,
in NLP we talk about interrupting your pattern. So when you have your Benji who keeps on coming and disturb you, you can't be stuck in your patterns of not being in movement. So that
mm,
helps to change your mood as well. So for Sayang, he said that a regular audit helps to see if we have lost the spark and help us discover how to reignite it. So I think auditing is like people doing journaling. When you do daily journaling, it also helps to audit ourselves. Why do we think this way or behave this way or feel this way?
mm.
Okay. For Jamie, what works for him is to have some time in nature or doing journaling. Yeah, journaling with a coffee in a nice cafe and catching up with an inspiring buddy. Yeah, we do that a lot, right, Cindy?
Yes.
No wonder we are both losing our spark. We haven't been seeing each other that much that few months.
That's why now I got energy already. I see you. Then after that, we start to talk more because of this live.
Yeah. So again, reminds us that it's important to keep the like-minded people around us so that we can ignite each other's sparks.
Mm. Actually, some people say that although it's important to have people around you, it's also important to have your own solo time, your
Yeah.
own solitude where you're alone by yourself, or if you have some sort of faith or religion, to actually go turn to that. So that personally helped me a lot, to turn to God and to seek Him. What is it that is missing, and how can I get back the spark? And today I realized I'm not the only one who's like that, because one of my friends actually messaged me saying that he couldn't attend today's live, but he can relate to the topic. And then he shared more about how that happened to him, and how I asked him, so how do you get it back? And then he said that, through seeking God, the basics like seeking God and peer mentoring, and also I think prayer from other people. So you see, like there's so many ways to get back your spark.
Right. Yeah, I agree. And Alma was saying that for Alma is about finding some activities to do outside your usual routine, like go for an early run in the morning, go hiking, or baking. Okay, I'm not very good at baking. I can only eat. I'm good at eating.
Me too. Alma, you can invite us when you bake and share your
You can
goodness.
send some. I can give you my address. Thank you. All
Yeah,
right.
me too.
So, how do you reignite and fan your spark? So, for me, what works is that, so it's very funny. I was desperately searching for my spark, right? So, one
Mm-mm.
fine day, I was just doing my morning workout, which is my dance. So, I was doing my Zumba and dance workout. And I was still asking that question: what can bring back my spark, right? And suddenly, in my mind, flashes of Oprah came up.
Yeah,
I'm like, Oprah,
Oprah Winfrey.
Then I'm reminded that hey, 3 years back, I actually wrote about I wanting to be an influencer, uh, to deliver to be a force for good, and talk about things that people don't really talk about, but which is really matters to us, like having this kind of a more open heart to heart kind of talk,
Mm,
talking about some of the problems and the struggles that we have in life. Because I feel that when we talk more about this, right, we realize that actually the problem is not as big as what we thought. And
mm,
when the rest of the world starts to talk about it as well and share their story as well, we just realize that hey, we are not alone, and apparently this is so common. So I
mm,
think when we have this kind of knowledge, right, it kind of like encourage us and motivate us that if some people have been through it and they have succeeded, overcome it, so can I. So in a
mm.
way that helps to motivate people, which is why I was reminded by that vision in me. And I was like, okay, I haven't been doing that. I attempted to do YouTube videos in the past, but it wasn't very consistent. So I was focusing a lot on other priorities. So suddenly this came and I was like, hey, I feel excited. For
Yeah,
for the first time for the first time in many months, I feel excited. So I was like, okay, let me go and find out how do I do this? How do I make it happen?
yeah.
Yeah, and
Yeah, I think
and
this
thank God,
vision.
yeah, and thank God, I have a good buddy as well. So I was chatting with Sao Young, and the two of us say, okay, let's do that. And so the two of us become like the accountability. So I say, okay, you hold me accountable, okay? Because now I say it, you better make sure that I do it, okay? If not, kick my butt.
Yes.
So that helps, and that's how the extension of this Hard Talk initiative is born as well. The Hard Talk Live on LinkedIn. Yeah. So
Oh,
this works for
I'm so
me
glad.
to kill my yeah. So this worked for me to kill my bore out, to get me out of
Yeah.
my bore out syndrome. Yeah.
Yeah, because it's something new, right? You have to learn how to market this, you have to apply for this and different things. It's like a whole new challenge. So that
Yeah.
fulfills that bore out in
Yeah,
you.
so it's a new challenge, right? So kind of interesting as well. So that keeps my spark again, and I am fanning it. I can
Mm,
say that I am not not that at that 90%, 100% kind of drive yet, but
yeah.
it's a better place now where I am now. At least I don't feel so miserable. So now you guys can start to see the sparks is here.
Yeah.
I'm still not yet very not haven't got back that 100% of the drive, but I know that this is a very good start already.
You're gearing
Okay,
up.
what else? Yeah. So we have a LinkedIn user. Okay. So if it's LinkedIn user, it's somehow the StreamYard is not able to identify your name. So I'm sorry if we didn't identify you properly. So you mentioned that early morning meditation to release pressure and calm down the mind. Oh, that's a good one. And then cycling, jogging, and connect to nature. Cindy, do you do any one of this?
Oh, that's from Braden because I got my LinkedIn open.
Oh, okay. You're
Early
checking.
morning
you're,
meditation.
you're
Yes,
checking cross platform.
I do this. I have this meditation app on my phone called Abide and Soul Time. So I'll use those two apps in the morning to help me to start the day. And I realized that when I don't have this solo time in the morning, because say I have a training session and I woke up a bit late or something like that, it my day just goes by really fast for some
Yeah.
reason. I think the maybe the morning routine thing, whatever your morning routine is really important.
Yeah, I agree. So, Wei Feng was saying that we need to keep refueling, to keep the spark by keeping ourselves busy with activities that we love, that we are passionate with. We need a life support system for laughing gas. Oh, gosh, I love this laughing gas. Do you all have your laughing gas source? For me, my laughing gas source is Cindy. So if I need a laughter, right, I will call her out and let's have coffee with me, and then we will
I
laugh
think
and
my
laugh
dog
and laugh.
agrees. My dog agrees that he barks. Benji?
Benji angry you've been ignoring him.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm sorry. Let me pick him up
Sauya
and
was saying, yeah, okay, I love the idea of being in nature. For Excel, what is my 1, 2, and 3? Okay, I don't understand. Sorry. Okay, Jamie said it's important to keep perspective from alone time and also through genuine conversation with trusted friends. Yeah, I think being able to balance between having our own alone time and also fulfilling our basic needs to have connection is very important to keep our sparks as well. And yeah, um, genuine conversation with trusted friends. So again, our social circle is very important, isn't it?
Mm, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, your accountability partners. And if you don't have one, then get a coach, because that's another key to how I am getting back my spark. Like you, I'm not also fully there yet, but I think someone in one of my groups mentioned that we only have 99 days left of the year. And then I got a shock. I was like, how come only got 99 days left? I thought that the year just started. And then I was like, oh, I cannot be like this for the remaining 99 days. I need to do something. And I've always wanted to get a business coach again, because I used to have one last year. And then after that, something personal happened. Like, I had a loss in my family. And then I stopped that. And since then, I think that was also another reason why I lost my spark. Sometimes you have
Yeah.
life events in your life that make you just lose that spark and that motivation. So for me, I recently got a business coach again. And after the moment I made the decision to get the business coach, I haven't even had my first meeting. I already had messages of potential clients. I was like, oh, it's really like once you set your mind to something, um, everything will start to work for you in that direction. So for
Yeah.
me, I think having that coach or somebody that is your accountability partner, like for you it's Sao Yong, it really helps a lot in igniting and fanning your spark, because you just found it, right? But you can't let it die. You need to keep
Yeah.
flaming it.
Absolutely. So I totally agree with this, but I want to share that it's not either one. It's not either one of it. Like it's like you. I feel that it's important that in our own inner circle we have like our peers who
Mm,
can be our accountability as well. But at the same time, you know what? Our peers can only be available as and when they are available.
mm, mm,
It's different when you are working with your coach, for example, right?
mm,
There's an investment that you make. All right.
mm,
So when you have an investment, you are actually more committed. And at the same time, your coach is also more committed because the person is going to invest the time and the effort to really support you and make sure that you are doing what you said you want to do, even when you don't feel like it. So this is what makes it different from just
mm,
having a social accountability. So for me, I have my coach as well, and so for me, I have different coaches in different timing. So one of
mm,
my favorite coach, she was not available because she said I'm fully booked. Okay, for every
mm,
coaches, I'm fully being able to tell the clients that I'm fully booked is really a dream kind of state, right? So, but I managed to get her back this year. And the moment I was able to start working with her again, it just got give me it just recharges me again. And at every session when I finish my session with her, I just feel on fire again. So it's like
mm.
all these little things that we do, it all adds up together to keep our
Yeah.
sparks alive. Yeah.
I was part of Girl Guides, so shout out to all the Girl Guides and Boy Scouts. And every time we have a campfire, you always have to feed the fire. I guess you have to put in new
Yeah,
wood
yeah, yeah.
to the fire. So it
Yes,
doesn't matter how
yes.
big the fire was, it will gradually, as it's being used up, as we are, we pour out in our work into our clients and so on, it will gradually die down. But if you keep on putting the wood, it's not going to die down. So find out what is your wood, what is your fire food, and
So
then
I
keep
think you
eating
remind
your
me
fire food.
to have my 3F, which is which
Mm,
is find your spark, and then flame your spark, and then feed your spark. But
mm.
no, flame and feed is about the same, right? Okay, share your sparks.
You stole mine.
No,
You
did I?
you got influenced by mine.
Did I? Find,
Yeah, you gonna
find.
put all three F's. It's
Is it?
okay.
Oh no, no, I don't want. So I don't want your. I don't want yours. I want the
Oh,
last one to be shared. Find, flame, and share your spark, please. All right. So Neon, what did Neon share? Neon said that find something to do out of your comfort zone or something you want to do but never done before. Like I took painting class as I always wanted to do. Then you might find the hidden potential in yourself. Yeah, that's actually a very good strategy as well.
it turned out
Sometimes
like
when you don't do it, you don't know.
yeah, it's like what you
Oh,
do, right? With this LinkedIn Live, it is out of your comfort zone, but you do it. So great job, Neon. And please send me a painting from Thailand. I would love to have one.
hey, you're supposed to be paying for that, okay?
She's my friend.
Okay, okay. Benny
Oh yeah,
said,
okay
"Thank
lah,
you
okay
for
lah. I
sharing,
should.
ladies."
I will pay if you need me to pay.
Okay, Benny said, "Thank you for sharing, ladies. It's a life-saving tips. We are learning from everyone here. So thank you for your presence as well, Benny." And then Excel said, "Okay, for him, the 1, 2, 3 is read, talk, pray.
Love it,
Okay,
Excel.
fan your spark. Yeah, fan. No, fan. Very hot.
Like the satay man.
Yeah. All right.
You
Any
know what?
more of you
What
guys haven't
Carrie
shared?
said that. Carrie said she's
Where
full of energy now. Oh,
is it? Well, I think is it not showing yet because I don't have it here.
I think
Okay,
got
here. Carrie is feeling full of energy now. Well, thank you for joining us on LinkedIn. Actually, Carrie is not active on LinkedIn. She decided to open her account on LinkedIn because she wanted to join our
wow.
live.
Oh, very privileged.
Yeah.
Thank you,
And
Carrie.
I always quote Carrie as a very inspiring story. Carrie is someone that I see when she decide to do something, she will just go all out for it. So when I first met her, she told me that she doesn't have any friends other
Mm.
than her family and her co-workers in the office. She said she don't really have a life, she don't really have friends that she can mingle with or have a good connection, good conversation with. But for the last 2 years now, I'm seeing a lot of, actually I would call it transformation. So now she has many good friends that she can connect with, have a good laughter. And it started because she took the courage to come and join us at
Oh,
the hard top community events. And
mm.
that's how she make friends. And she really took the initiative to get those people that she met come meet up for coffee, dinner, lunch. And that's how she built the relationship. So to me, it's very amazing. So if you feel that you don't have your spark now and you don't have your circle of friends that can share their sparks with you, it's okay. The realization and to accept that this is your where you are now is important. And then what's next is to decide, okay, that you want to decide what you want in your life, and then go and make that happen. Come up with a plan and make that happen, and find someone who can really keep you accountable and kick your butt when you don't feel
Yeah,
like doing it. Yeah.
yeah, huge difference. Hey, I haven't said my three Fs.
Oh yes, can you please share your 3S? What is
So
it?
I also got three things that you can do to find for your spark to keep the fire burning. And the first one is to find your spark. So if you don't have it yet, then find it. Once you find it, follow it. And then the third one is to fan your fan your spark. So my three F's
Oh,
is find it, follow it, and fan it, and keep it going. Don't let it go out.
see, which is why I say we are twin.
We didn't even consult each other. We had our own three things. Then even the questions
Yeah,
that we came up with for this one, I didn't attend the session yesterday, so I didn't know the questions. But the questions I shared with her are quite similar.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So this
So
is what
we are
happens
twin
when you have
flames.
synergy.
We are
Sorry,
twin flames. Twin
twin
flames.
flame. Okay. Oh, then I'm kind of like reminded about the Soul movie that you mentioned as well.
Mm.
Yeah, the Soul movie. I feel that is a great reminder for us to really treasure the life that we are given on earth. You know what's funny is that when I went to watch that movie, I find it boring. And I went there with my son, and when I asked my son, he's 12 years old, and I asked him, "Do you like the movie?" And he said, "Yes, it's interesting." And I realized that if I have seen this movie like maybe 2 decades ago or 2 3 decades ago, I think it will make a difference. Or maybe
Mm,
not. Maybe sometimes when you're not ready, you're just not ready, right?
mm,
Um, but I find it boring because I'm grateful that I have already been living my passion. So I'm already feeling that I'm happy and joyful doing what I do. So
mm,
which is why I feel that that movie came kind of like too late for me. But I think for the rest of us who are still finding our path, I think it's a great reminder that sometimes when life calls you and it is the end of your time on earth and it come unexpectedly, then we don't want to have that regrets, when we go up there and look at how did we spend our time on earth. Because I think a lot of time we all think that we have a lot of many days left on earth. So I think that makes us kind of like took advantage of the time that we have.
mm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What
I
was
think for
Did every
me,
one of you watch the Soul movie? How was your experience?
yeah, without giving
Did
you
you watch that?
any spoilers, or I don't know if it
No, no,
involves
it's
spoilers,
all
but
movie already, so there shouldn't be any spoiler, right?
oh, okay lah, it's an old movie, so I can share the whole ending and everything.
Oh, no,
But
no,
for
no,
me,
you don't do that.
the main
just
takeaway
your,
is all
just
this.
your,
So for those who didn't watch the movie, it's this movie of how all these little souls, before they go to Earth, they must find their spark. And then the spark in that movie, they thought it's like their job. Maybe their spark is to be an accountant or to be a pianist. But then later on, they realized that that's actually not the whole point of it. That your spark is not what you do as a job. And I think that is very sad when people keep saying that I don't have a calling, I don't know what is my life purpose, am I in the wrong job? Because life is so much more than your job. Like, even though I'm a career coach, I talk a lot about jobs, but um I think that life is something that you want to maximize and treasure every aspect of it, not just your career, but really every aspect. So I hope that this spark is not just in your job, but also in all the different areas of your life.
which is why I feel that, if we can have the spark in our work, then we won't feel that it's a hard work. Then and we are going to be willing to spend the hours or even the late nights to really get things done because it's what makes us feel happy and joyful. So I think it's really important to be able to find the kind of work that you can feel truly enjoyable and meaningful for you, and you still get paid for it, because
Mm,
that makes your Monday to Friday so much more enjoyable and fulfilling. Yeah.
mm,
Okay.
yeah.
All right. Any more sharing from our guest tonight? I feel that tonight our guest is a bit quiet, but then again we have many new friends
Really? I
tonight.
think I think they're quite engaged. I mean, I haven't been on a LinkedIn Live in a while, but I think that they're quite an engaged crowd. So thanks for participating.
Yeah, and I like all of the sharing from everyone here as well. Thank you. All
Yeah,
right.
and then there might also be people watching the replay, so you can also comment, and then you can tag us so that we can see it if you comment after this as a
Right.
replay.
Right. I was just wondering if any one of you have any questions with regards to this topic. We have about 3 4 minutes left to answer some questions, because usually I will keep it within 1 hour. Yeah.
Mm.
So if you have any questions, you can share with us here, and then we can discuss it together as well. Okay. So what are some of the key points that we are getting here tonight, Cindy?
You never
doing
asked me
doing
to
things
take
doing
notes.
new
So
things. doing new what, you feel like you're gonna exam, is it? Doing
yeah,
new things.
I refuse to take this
Okay.
exam.
Okay, help me together. Okay, so what I remember is, hey, you don't be lazy. So so what I remember is, doing things that are new to you, and keep learning, and then being with connecting with people that can ignite your fire.
Mm.
And what else?
Okay,
What
being
else?
self-aware, being aware
Being
that you
self-aware.
lost your spark. And then when you're at that point, you can do some self-reflection. That can be through going for nature walks, through journaling, through praying, reading, talking to someone you trust, having an accountability partner or buddy.
Or
Yeah.
your coaches or your mentors to kick your butt. All right,
Yeah.
yay! All right, you passed the exam, and so am I.
Of course, I'm an A-star student, always,
Oh gosh.
except for maths.
All right, so with that, right, I would like to. You have any more addition to add on, Cindy, before we close off? Oh,
No, I'm good.
so yeah,
If you want to connect with me and Rainy, you can add us on LinkedIn. If as long as you're not a scammer, we'll definitely accept your LinkedIn requests.
totally. And also, if you have any topic that you would like us to talk more about on our LinkedIn live, feel free to put it in the comment below, and then we'll put it as our choices for the subsequent live that we have. So with that, really thank everyone for joining us tonight, for keeping this conversation lighthearted. And we would like to see everyone again back. And I think my next schedule is in 3 weeks' time. So more details coming up. Remember, let's connect if we are not yet connected, and together let's keep our fire alive, keep our spark alive, and let our light shine and help everybody else shine together. So with that, have a very good evening. Thank you.
Thank you for having me and Benji too, Rainy.
All right, I got that. All right, I need to end this.